Okay, so we're going to look at these speed, distance, time questions. So we're going to look at 3 questions. Car travels at a speed of 90 miles per hour for 4 hours. How far does it travel? We're going to look at that one there. Car travels at an average speed of 50 miles per hour. The journey is 500 miles. How long will it take? And then we're going to do the last one, which is finding the speed when we're told that it's 80 miles from Manchester to London and it takes 4 hours to drive. Okay, so they're all subtly different. We're going to take the approach of using ratio tables. You will see, if you look in revision books and on the internet and things, a lot of people using things like this: speed, distance, and time. And my recommendation on this is don't. So we're going to show you this method using a ratio table. It all works out the same, but we find it works a lot better for most students if we use the ratio table. It's often very difficult to know whether to do the multiply or the divide and to remember the formula. This takes all those problems away. So let me explain. We start, whenever we're doing a speed, distance, time, with a table that looks like this. Okay. Now, the key to it is understanding what miles per hour means. So miles per hour means the number of miles per hour. It's often worth just repeating it so that you can remember exactly what it means. It's 90 miles per hour. So we travel 90 miles in 1 hour. 90 miles per hour means 90 miles in every hour. So 90 miles takes 1 hour. And I'm going to do this in hours. We could do this in minutes if you wanted to, and it would still work. So 90 miles takes 1 hour. I am going to go at that speed for 4 hours, and I want to know how far we travel. Now that is the problem laid out. Now from there, we can probably see, can't we, that it's a times 4. We could do this without a calculator. It's a times 4, times 4. So multiply 90 by 4 and we get 360. So that is the answer, 360 miles. I would suggest that if you did that, we would write down that so it's nice and clear to the examiner what you've done, but we've laid it out on the table that way. Now, don't forget, and this is all to do with ratio tables, and there's a lesson on ratio tables that we could also, and this would be quite helpful when the numbers are more difficult and aren't as straightforward as that. Let me just go back to that, is that once we've got to that point, we've laid out the problem, we can use the DM method. Okay, so we draw the L and we can go anywhere we want. We can go that way or that way. So we do 90, D means divide, M means multiply, DM. So, and that again is 360. We end up getting the same answer. So 360 miles is the answer to that one. So laying it out on a ratio table, and then you've got all your ratio table techniques. Okay, so let's do the next one. So again, it's a speed, distance, time question. So I'm going to lay out a table with distance and time. A car travels at an average speed of 50 miles per hour. 50 miles per hour, 50 miles in every hour, 50 miles in every hour. So I'm going to do 50 And this time, yeah, no, I'll stick in hours. So 50 miles per hour. So 50 miles takes 1 hour. And the journey takes 500 miles. Sorry, the journey is 500 miles. How long will it take? So this time I'm putting my 500 under my distance and I want to know how long it will take. So there's my problem. There's my problem. So again, I might be able to see it or I can DM it. 500 divided by 50 times 1 equals, you can stick that in a calculator, but the answer is 10. So the answer is 10, is 10 hours. Okay, so it's all about getting it laid out correctly on the ratio table. Okay. Careful to read the question, nice and carefully. It's 180 miles from Manchester to London. If it takes 4 hours to drive, what is my average speed? Okay, so let's just have a little think about this. So it's 180 miles from Manchester to London. So the 180 miles takes 4 hours. That's what the question's telling me. I want to know my average speed. This is maybe the trickier one. Now, don't forget what speed means. I'm going to get my speed in miles per hour. So what I want to know is how many miles I travel per hour. So how many miles in each hour? How many miles in each hour? So if I can work that out, how many miles in each hour, then I have my speed. How many miles in each hour? So there, can you see again, I've got my DM laid out. And I can stick that in a calculator if it's a calculator question. The answer is 45. So I have 45 miles per hour. Okay, and that is the way that I would very strongly recommend you do speed, distance, time questions. It's a very, very tricky question, type of question that causes a lot of problems. If we take it like this, those problems can often be reduced. And it also helps maybe you understanding what speed, distance, time's about. You know, you can maybe you can follow what it means a bit more easily doing it this way. Okay, so if you do questions, I strongly recommend that you give this a go. You know, make sure you try it this way and stick with it. Don't give up early on it, because often there's other ways of doing things and you'll get them right. But what we find with these questions is that it helps you when the questions get more difficult as well. Okay, so hope that helps, and hope you give it a go.